Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Mr. Chukwuma Ezeala, a legal practitioner, joins us next. Thank you for coming on today. And we're picking up, continuing where we left off, about that comment made by the CJN, how he's employing the judiciary to look inwards and cleanse themselves. And yesterday as well, the NBA president also spoke in a similar vein, asking lawyers to be of good behavior. There are certain cases that they take to court that shouldn't be taken to court. So we've got the bar at the bench speaking up on this matter. That shows that there is a huge problem in the judiciary, isn't there? Oh,
there is a huge problem in the judiciary. There is a huge problem in the within the legal practitioner itself, or within us lawyers. There is also the bigger picture, a huge problem in Nigeria.
Where do we start from then? Yeah. Looking at how to where do we start from actually looking at against the words of the CJN? That the problem seems to be a hydra-headed one with the judiciary.
Yes, it's hydra-headed because it is a long years of problems both in the judiciary and in the legal profession. They are long years because nobody tried curbing the excesses you see everywhere. You get to the judiciary, it's not just issue of corruption, it's also issue of incompetence in many places.
Incompetence?
Yes.
How is that? No. I thought lawyers were properly bred and
no, the judiciary is not made up of only lawyers. When you mention the judiciary, you have the support staff. You have the judges, you have the support staff, yes. You have the lawyers who are also working in the admin. These ones are even worse than the judges themselves or the lawyers who are working. You see, Nigeria seems to be a nation that has come to fail, or that is, some people say it's failing, but I think it's failed. We need to go back from the basics to bring things up. We are talking about the judiciary. It's more than 20 years or 30 years that the problem started. We employ people, we employ mediocres to take over the functions, whether as court registrars, whether as bailiffs, whether as just different arms.
So what's the qualification to employ people at that level?
You have cleaners too. You have registrars who are supposed to be graduates, majority should be lawyers. These are the people that handle strategic aspects of the judiciary. These are people that either your file is missing. These are people that sometimes, help in giving dates. So it is a whole system and that is what the CJ is talking about. The CJN is talking. In fact, he instituted a committee, which was headed by the Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission, who is a lawyer but a registrar, but not a judge. And he said cleansing. That committee necessarily, yes, it made recommendations concerning the judges, but the bulk of the recommendation was made concerning the service itself, because that is where you have the major problems. When they employ, if we say, just like an average judge, even when you want to be clean, good, you have so much work to do. You have so much things to rife. Where do you get the support? And sometimes when they employ, assistants to you who will help you do it, most times the assistants employed for you are not competent to handle the jobs. Right. Where do you go from?
When we talk about judicial reforms, what does it mean?
Judicial reforms should touch all aspects of the judiciary. In fact, that is what the CJN is looking at, touching all aspects in terms of the comportment of judges.
Can that really happen? Because I say that, sorry to butt in, I say that because the previous CJNs, they've come, they've gone, they looked at different aspects, but they couldn't achieve anything before, as much as they would have loved to, before they left office.
I think it would be very unfair to say they didn't achieve anything. Yes,
I didn't say anything, as much as
they perhaps would have wanted to achieve. But at least some of them achieved stabilization of the system. If not for the roles some of them played, the politicians would have killed this country. We got to a stage where 3 persons will impeach a governor, and then because they know the judiciary system will be very slow, that maybe in 2 years, 3 years, the governor will not find himself back. But some people started, political matters, in order to keep the system working, 3 months, please dispose it. It wasn't by law, but they decided to do that. So some of them achieved some of those areas. But the crux of the matter of going to the basis, getting to one, the people that provide services in the judiciary, getting to them, getting to discipline of judges. But don't forget the fact that when you're also talking about corruption, the greater part of the corruption, like I said, is from the base, from the registrars